We are in a hyper seller's market. What that means is that there are frequently multiple bids for every house that comes on the market. And as a first-time home buyer, especially a lower down payment first-time home buyer, you can oftentimes feel like you are working at a disadvantage. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are things you can do to make your offer more competitive and to give you much better chances of getting your offer accepted on your first home. What the basics are is that you need to give sellers what they want. And while that seems simple and obvious, it's the thing that most people oftentimes forget because buyers are thinking about their own needs. But in a market like this, you really need to be thinking about how to tailor your offer to what the seller wants. And a lot of times people think the seller wants the most money for their house. And that's usually true, but that's not the only thing that a seller wants. When we categorize it, sellers are really looking for three things when they are picking an offer. They want reliability and certainty. So they want to know that if they pick your offer, they're going to follow through. They also want what's the best match to their needs. So for example, if they haven't found another house to buy yet or where to move yet, they might want a buyer who's more flexible. Somebody who says, I don't have to move in 30 days, maybe we could wait 60 days. What sellers really want is an easy decision. They want to review the offers and feel like they have an obvious choice that they feel good about. And it's that last one where we really have an opportunity to put your offer ahead. So what are some of the ways we do this? Well, reliability and certainty. We can start off by being professional. It seems simple and obvious, and yet it is not common sense in the marketplace. We work with buyers and sellers, so that gives us an opportunity to know what it feels like from the other side of the table when we receive multiple offers. When you're looking to provide an offer that is reliable and certain, there are a couple things that you can do to do that. And not all of them just involve being a higher price. Things like shortening the period of time for inspections. Things like writing why you want the house so that the sellers actually have an understanding that this just isn't one of 5 houses you've written on. This is your dream home. This is the one for you. Now, when it talks about being a best match to their needs, it really involves listening. And the clues are already there. We always take the time to reach out to the agent for the seller and say, what does your seller want? It's such a simple question, and yet very few agents ask it. And that way we can tailor the terms of our offer to help get your offer accepted. But the final thing is an easy decision, and that is probably the hardest thing to do, and yet it's the most effective. Every seller wants to feel good about selling their home, and inevitably at some point they will ask their agent, what do you think? Which offer should we pick? And that's really great because there are a lot of ways we can influence that decision. We can do things like provide videos so that the seller has some information about you, your background. We can also do things like put together our offers cleanly and concisely and put them together in an easy package. The other thing we can do is also make sure how you behave during a showing. That might seem like something simple, but in this market, a showing is really an interview. The sellers and their agent are looking to see how do you behave? Do you pick out every little flaw in the house? Do you smile a lot? Are you excited to be there? All of these things can make a really big difference in which offer they select. And you never know which of these things is going to make the difference between finding out your offer has been accepted and finding out that it wasn't.